Yay, we're live. We are live here on the YouTube channel. We're live here in the Moving to Costa Rica Facebook group. So if you are watching the replay, my name is Sarah Elena. I help people move to Costa Rica. I'm going to wait till a few people hop on here. And we're just going to do some open Q&A. And if you want to put some of your questions down in the comments below, I will try to get to them afterwards. I do try to check these live streams afterwards to see if there's some other questions that popped up that I didn't get to answer. But if you're able to join, great. Nice to meet you. And if you're on the Facebook group and you don't know, I do have a really great YouTube channel that has tons of information about actually moving to Costa Rica. Now, if you're in the YouTube channel, I have a Facebook group called Moving to Costa Rica. I think it's the most popular. I was the first Moving to Costa Rica group that I found. That I don't know, whenever I made it. And now there's some other ones, but I think it's the largest group. There's like 40-something thousand people in there now. So yeah, okay. We got one person watching from the group, one person watching from the channel. Hello. Happy Monday to you all. I hope everyone had a nice weekend. My daughter's birthday was over. Her little birthday party was over the weekend, so that was fun. And unfortunately, today I'm feeling a little bit under the weather, but I'm still functional, still working. Just got to keep moving on, you know? So just wanted to check in with you guys and go through any questions that you might have. So it's just kind of an open Q&A. Hi, Gonzalo. How you doing? The Gonzalo is one of my friends from home in the United States. Appreciate you tuning in here. This is just a very casual open Q&A. No crazy important topics for today. So if you have questions, hi Dale, feel free to put them in the chat box. If you're on Facebook, I'm not going to be able to see your name. So if you want to put your name, then that's super helpful. Otherwise, you might have to give the program permission to use your name. Have a good day. Can't stay. All right. See you, Gonzalo. Thanks for popping on for a sec, at least. Well, yeah. So let's see. What else? Go on. Fire off your questions. I got about 15 minutes here until I'm going to have to move on to something else. But I did want to be more present here on the channel and in the group. Got lots of fun videos coming up on the channel, too. I'm about to make one about all the houses that I've lived in Costa Rica. So that's pretty crazy because I've lived in 20 houses here in this country. It's kind of nuts. So I want to do a video of each of the houses that I've lived in and how much they cost. And we'll kind of go through that timeline as to when I lived there. Virginia says, good morning. How was the birthday? It was super nice. So my daughter's birthday her birthday is actually today. So she wants to go have sushi because she's a little bougie that way, I guess. She loves sushi, so I'm going to take her for sushi tonight. But we did do a nice birthday party over the weekend here at the home, so that was really nice. But yeah, everything was great. Okay, good. I see some questions coming in here. And again, for some of you that are kind of new to some of this content, like I said, I do help people move to Costa Rica. We have some programs. So my newest is the Do-It-Yourself Move to Costa Rica program. It's more for the people who are like, I'm going to do this myself. That's what I did. But you still get access to all of our expert information, weekly calls with me, and also, you know, access to our vetted professionals that we work with. And then we have our more popular relocation program that most people go through. A lot of hand-holding, a lot of one-on-one assistance, good for any timeline. Any of these programs work for anyone on any timeline, which is great. That's how I've designed them. And then scouting trips. I plan a lot of scouting trips to the country. I just don't mention them that often. Dogs are barking. I don't know if you guys can hear the dogs. But yeah, scouting trips are always super helpful to figure out if you want to move to Costa Rica, and if so, where? You know, where do you want to start for that move? Okay, so let's get through some questions here. Let's see what my dogs are barking at. If any of you guys have dogs, you know dogs like to bark, so if you hear mine, I apologize for that. All right, my microphone's on. Perfect. Okay, so Dale says, what would you say a budget of $3,000 per month is a realistic amount to live comfortable? So budgeting, I'm still working on the budgeting webinar because I do want to make it the best budgeting webinar that I can. But what I have for budgeting, oh no, where'd the comments go? Is I really encourage people to map out their biggest expenses, because then we can actually, you know, then you can actually figure out how much you should actually, I lost my chats. There we go. So mapping out your biggest expenses. And of course, you're going to probably say, well, how do I do that? So I have a little budgeting sheet actually that I guess I'll just share with you guys if you want. Let me pull it up. Okay. This is like my little budgeting template that I have. That's a part of our programs and our DIY. They get this. If anyone knows me, I'm a big spreadsheet person. Let me just see how I share this now, because I want to share this with you guys. Okay, hold on. So I'm still kind of learning this new program. Okay, I'm going to share my screen somehow, I think. Hold on. Hold on. Let me figure out how to. Okay, share my computer screen. Oh, look, there's my computer screen. Oh, okay. Or we can go, hold on. I'm going to show Google Chrome. Oh, there we go. Oh my gosh, fun. Okay, let me just exit out of this. Let me put my camera back on. Learning all these new things with technology. Oh, there I am. Perfect. I don't think this is the camera that I wanted though, but okay, just bear with me for a sec. Just bear with me. Okay, here we go. This is the camera that I wanted. Okay, it should be working now. Perfect. Yay. Okay. So I want to show you this budgeting template that I have so that you can see. I should move myself over here. Okay. So this is the budgeting template that I have that I share with people that we work with. Sometimes I'll do like a sample budget with someone, especially if they're really concerned about it, because it makes sense, you know. So you can put whatever your income is here. There's something for kind of what your budgeted one is and your actual. And so these are some of the expenses that are good to map out. So one would be obviously your rent. So a lot of this is going to be market research. So rents are going to vary depending on where you are in the country, just like anywhere in the world. Just like anywhere in the world. So if you're not sure where to find, where to find actual numbers for rent, Facebook groups are a really good one. I actually did a video on where to find rentals and how to do them. If you can find that on the channel, maybe look up Sarah Elena Costa Rica rentals or something. You should be able to find a video where I explain how to find them. And I also actually have my PDF list of groups. So I don't know if any of you guys use Instagram, but I have a thing that's kind of automated on Instagram. If someone, I think, DMs me the word groups, then it automatically sends them the PDF. Or if you want to DM me on Facebook the word groups, then I can send you that. But like really getting the numbers for your rent. So I would try to get your big numbers. So if you're trying to do a rent of, I don't know, $800 a month, and this all ties into areas, making sure that you're choosing the right area for yourself. Electric will depend on where you're living. So let's say if you're living in the Central Valley, you don't have, you're not running AC. Maybe you could have $60. Could be less. I always like to over budget versus under budget. Water is usually like $10. This would be for like a single person. Internet should be no more than 60. Definitely could be less. Phone should be about 25, maybe 35 if you're going to port your number over. Medical insurance, this is where you're going to need to get a quote. So car insurance, this is where you're going to need to get a quote. So think about the kind of year of car that you'd have, how much the insurance would be. But usually the car insurance shouldn't go over about $50 a month. I think mine comes out to about 40 something a month, and I have a like 2016 Toyota Hilux. Groceries, that depends on how you eat. And a lot of budgeting too is you're going to be learning, where did my chat go? You're going to be learning like how to shop differently. You need to learn how to shop different here in the country and not grab the normal things that you're used to grabbing. Don't grab all the name brands of everything that you're really used to grabbing on the shelves. So when you can start to learn to do that, then that's going to really help your budget. If you're cooking at home, calculating how much do you like to eat out. So if you're on more of a limited budget. So I mean $3,000 per month does sound fine, but of course it's good to really narrow it down and make sure on you and your daily habits, what kind of groceries do you buy? How often do you dine out? Are you going to have a car? So that means, okay, you're going to have to be paying for car insurance. Are you going to be paying for gas? If you're paying for gas, what is your daily habits like? How much you're going to be driving around? Like, how many kilometers or miles a day or a week on average do you think you'll be driving around? Do you live up a giant hill? So all these things are going to be factoring into your budget. And then the CAHA. So if you're going to be, that's the public healthcare system here. So if you are going to be filing residency, you're going to be paying a percentage of your pension or your income into this CAHA. If you have pets, if your kids are in school. So, I mean, 3,000 would be doable, but it just depends again on your lifestyle and how you actually live every day. Okay, let me go back to my camera here. Okay, let's go to some other questions. It's better for me to deep dive on people's budgets when I can talk to them more personally or work with them directly. Okay, James says, with buying a home or a car, what are the benefits of starting a corporation versus just personal? So I know in the past, people really suggested that you should buy them under corporations. So, because then that way, if something happens, you're not personally liable, it's the corporation that's liable. But I know now with the changes for the residency category, for people who want to do the investor residency status, I think it's easier if you buy it under your personal name for that actual particular category. So that would be something you should talk to with a lawyer if you're planning to use your purchases, whether it's a car and home or both together, to file for residency. So I'd definitely chat with an attorney on that just so they can help you determine what's the best, because maybe you're also buying one that you are going to be renting out, or maybe it's apartments and there's multiple rentals. So maybe in some cases it would be still better to have it under as a corporation. So that would definitely be a good question to speak with a lawyer whenever you're actually looking to make that purchase, and just letting them know what your goals are. Do you want to be able to use this for your residency? And what are you using the property for? If it's just a personal residence, you might just want to buy it under your name. Also, corporations have, different rules and things that you have to file every year. Okay, Facebook user, do we know if the new driving privilege law has been posted in the Gazette? I think you want to say the Gazette. Let me ask my lawyer for an update, because I know that the president was supposed to sign it. Did the law get signed yet for driving? I just asked him a few days ago. Okay. Oh, Dale, I want to know Guanacaste specifically for the budget. Guanacaste is definitely more of the pricier areas of the country. Maybe where in Guanacaste, because that still depends. Someone says, hi, Sarah Lena, hello. Okay, Tom Parrott says, hey, Sarah, long time no talk. It's Tom from Canada. I don't have any time. I'm working. I just thought I would say hi and happy birthday to your little girl. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And Virginia, if you want to, I guess, DM me on Facebook or Instagram. I just started using Instagram. I'm doing better at it. I'll put a comment in here, I guess. Maybe it'll just go to the YouTube channel. But I'm doing Instagram now. I'll put my Instagram down there below. I'm trying at least. There, I put my Instagram down in my YouTube comments below. Okay, my lawyer just got back to me. Let's see what he said. Okay, so the president hasn't signed it yet. I guess we should listen to the rest of this. I guess, I don't know. Can you guys hear that? So when I play this audio, are you guys able to hear the audio? Maybe you can just let me know. We can go back to that. So I guess, amazingly, the president has not signed it yet. Okay. Okay, well, not signed yet. Not signed yet. I had posted a video on it because I thought, I understood it was a done deal. So, still not signed by the president yet. But I will keep you guys updated when it's actually signed and put into the Gazette. That's for the driving privileges. Okay, you guys can't hear it. Okay. Let me go to other questions. Okay, Alex says, do you know what the law in purchasing beach properties, what is the closest you can legally own from the beach? So that would be, what Alex is talking about is, I guess, concession properties. So concession properties, I guess, are ones that are close to the beach. Technically, they're government owned, and then people lease them from the government. I mean, the lease could be 20 years, 10 years. You can renew it. But with concession properties, they are owned by the government. So a lot of beachfront properties. That's why, well, in some areas of Costa Rica, you're not going to see anything on the beach, which I think is great. It's good for the environment. In other areas, you will see properties on the beach. And those are usually concession properties, but some of them are fully titled. I don't know how that happened. Maybe that got grandfathered in from forever and ever ago. But concession properties, I don't remember what the distance is. I don't remember. It's like some X amount of meters from sea level. No, not sea level. High tide. I don't remember. I don't remember exactly what it is. But if you're looking at properties, and you should, let's say if there's one you're interested in, you can find out if that property is concession or not. Personally, I don't think I would buy one. Just for me personally, there can be some pros and cons to it. For me, I guess I don't like the thought of buying something that's not not titled to being mine. But people do it. People do it for sure. Peter asks, Okay, this is Snowshoe Pete. I'm a recovering Alaskan, meaning I became very accustomed to the cold, but now I want to retire in Costa Rica near the beach. What areas are coolest by the beach? No areas I can say are cool by the beach. Like there's no beach that I mean, usually, okay, if you're up in Guanacaste, you can be up in the 90s a lot. Central and South Pacific, you're pretty much in the 80s most of the time, maybe high 70s at night. But it's not really cool. And our humidity is usually, 60%, 70%, 40%. We have high humidity. So I can't say there's really cool areas by the beach. However, if you would be willing to live 20 to 30 minutes away from the beach, there are areas where you can get elevated and be about 20 to 30 minutes away from the beach. So maybe, for example, down in the South Pacific, there's Tinamaste, Platanillo, those areas. A lot of people like living up there because they're 20 to 30 minutes from the beach of Dominical. But or just, there's a whole mountains. The mountains down there come really close to the beach area. So some people choose that area for those things. Maybe even above, like Montezuma and the Nicoya Peninsula, there's some areas where you can get elevated. So I guess you're looking for a beach, but then that has some mountain around it that you can get elevated and be a little bit cooler, but still not be too far, not be hours away at least. John says, happy birthday to my kiddo. Thank you. She's at school. She was home from school sick last week for a few days, and now I think I got whatever she got, so that's been fun. Trying to take it easy today. Got my coconut water, orange juice. I haven't had to go to the ibuprofen yet, but electrolytes, ginger shot things. Now's not a good time to be sick. Okay, John asks, how are the electricity rates doing? Cost of everyday items and living expenses. Okay, so that's another fun thing that I have for you guys. I have a lot of PDFs and things. I'm going to show you this one. I'm going to make a post on it. Again, I'm trying to do better with Instagram. And if you message me on there and I have like a freebie, then I can immediately send it to you if you want it. So I want to show you guys another cool one that I made because I'm all about my spreadsheets. I made this called a cost of items example. So let me share my thing again. And can I put my video on here again? Sorry, guys. Oh, here I am. Yay. I'm getting better at this. I'm getting better at this program. So I don't know. Let's see what the exchange rate is today. Okay, Costa Rica. I just go on this website to find out. Oh, it was like 0. Hold on. I might have to update. I just want to update the spreadsheet. You can update this too for Canadian dollars too. Okay, so we're at $4.93. We're pretty low today. So this is my cost of items example. $4.93. This is something that our people in our relocation program have access to, and people that are in our DIY Move to Costa Rica program have access to. So actually I have this drive here with all the grocery items that I took photos of. So this wasn't too long ago. I went and I took pictures of a lot of things that were in Mas Permenos here in Jaco. So again, this is Jaco, touristy town. Things are higher. This is by the beach, very close to the beach. So I went and took pictures of everything, but then I also put it into a spreadsheet. So I got the pictures with the prices. So that because there's more in these pictures than I put in the spreadsheet. So I did milk, yogurt, tuna, mayonnaise. Like I did a lot of your basics, sunscreen, dish detergent. Oh, was that it? Well, trash bags, bread, like a loaf of bread, cooking oil, rice, beans, butter. So this really, I could have sworn I had more pictures in here, but I guess not. But here I put so what do we say? It was $4.93. So if you change it, so let's say if I change it to 500, this changed. The amount in US dollars changes. You could put Canadian, I guess, too, if you're from Canada. So today it's $4.93, and that'll change it to the correct price. So these are the price in colones, which is the local currency of here in Costa Rica. And then here's the price in dollars. So like Cheerios, that's an imported item. It's going to be more expensive because it's just cereal. You can get a different kind of cereal that's probably, healthy for a lower price. Absolutely. Like I don't usually buy Cheerios for that reason. Bananas, super cheap. For 6 bananas, $1.10. Pineapple. Look, so if you start looking at more local things, pineapple, $1.58. Carrots. Tomatoes per kilogram. Actually, tomatoes are a little expensive. Avocados are a little bit pricey. 6-pack of beer, in case anyone likes beer. Pasta, toilet paper. So maybe you could take a look at this and just kind of see. Again, this isn't everything, but then I also have more in the photos that you can take a look at as well. I need to see if the gas price has changed and maybe update that too. And this is just normal gas. This wasn't diesel or anything. This is just your average gas. So hopefully this can help you guys a little bit. We've actually seen, but remember, this is cost of items in areas of Costa Rica that are, you know, touristy, right on the beach. High tide, yeah. Can we pay for your services using crypto? I think so. I actually do have, yeah, I do have, like Carlos asked if he can pay for my services using crypto. I guess so, yeah. I have Coinbase and I have something else. Fun story, one of my clients, when I just had my daughter Ksenia, I was doing online work for him, and he gave me a Christmas bonus in crypto, like back in December of, I don't know, maybe 2017. That's grown a little bit. All right, Peter, thanks. Would be the Southern Pacific beaches be cooler than Guanacaste? I mean, it's still going to be hot and humid no matter which beach you go. Just sometimes, you know, in the rainy season, there's just a longer rainy season, and that can make things more comfortable and more cooler, for sure. Ibuprofen isn't healthy. Stay safe. All right, let me know if you know of a safer alternative. But so far, I'm feeling better. Headache, no major headache as of now. But I know I'm not 100% great. That's okay. Okay, we know, Virginia says, we love that stretch between Jaco and Dominical. We'll probably aim to be closer to a private hospital since we're moving with my mother. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Yeah, Capos has a public hospital. So yeah, Capos has a public hospital. So you guys know that, just so you know. Perez de Leon has a private hospital. Alexandra says, I love Perez de Leon area between San Isidro and Dominical Vita, but I'm a little nervous about roads and having year-round access. I guess it depends where you are. I lived a lot of years down there. If you can avoid driving at night, avoid driving in the heavy rain. Down there, you know, things are more susceptible to landslides because it is mountainous. And then you also do have the coast. But it's not something that I would say, oh, I don't want to live here anymore just because of that reason or anything. And Carlos wants to know that I sell or hold the crypto bonus. I held it. I actually just remembered it the other day, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Let me check on that. Yeah, I held it. Not sure what to do with it. I'm not really good with all that stuff, but yeah, I mean, I can accept crypto if people want to do that. I guess I'll just hold on to it, and I don't really know what to do with it from there, but all right. Any other last questions before we log off here? Let's see. Oh yeah, I've been live for 23 minutes. Told myself I'd give myself about 15, so we're about at our time now. I hope these things are helpful. Okay, does private hospital mean you must have insurance, or can you pay cash? I heard you say public and Capos. Curious about the difference between public and private. Okay, so private hospitals, you can go in and pay cash. So like I gave birth, so when I was pregnant, I did all my process of pregnancy through the public system. So actually when you're pregnant in Costa Rica, all your medical care is covered in the public healthcare system. So what I did was I did all my prenatal, all my stuff through the public system. And then when I went to actually give birth, I went to a private hospital, paid out of pocket, and did that there. Now, it's good to have insurance. Again, the insurance will depend on the person. You should have something at least in case of accident or emergency. I feel like that's just a non-negotiable. But there are other types of insurance that you can get that would cover you at a private hospital. Like I have a really good insurance plan with ASA. But if it's just things that come up, so let's say, I don't know, if I got severely worse and I needed to go to the doctor, let's say I'm sick right now, I would just go pay out of pocket. It would probably be between $60 and $80 for the private consult. And like I do have a deductible with my insurance, but I think it's $1,000. So I guess I could put that towards my deductible for the year. But yeah, I don't, I mean, I think private's good to have just in case something major were to come up. But I usually do go to a private clinic if I need something because it's usually pretty quick. It's in, it's out. I wouldn't have to go often. I almost never have to go to the doctor. And also seeing specialists here can be a lot more affordable too. And you don't have to jump through all the hoops of going to the private doctor so then they can give you a referral to the specialist. A lot of times you can just go straight to the specialist, and it's probably less than typically it's probably going to be less than where you're coming from, especially out of pocket. So you can do a little bit of a mix of both. I think I've done other videos on insurance as well. But public, I would go to a public, let's say public hospital, if there was no other options and I was in a pinch and I really needed care. But if I was within distance to a private, I would just go to private because I have that insurance and I can do that. And also publicly, I am covered under the CAHA, the Universal Healthcare System, because I do pay into it each month. All right. Well, that's all the questions. I appreciate you guys coming on here. One more question. Emma has a question. Does Costa Rica have a golden visa program? So not quite a golden visa program. We have different residency options. So let's say if you have a pension of at least $1,000 US, if you're going to purchase real estate, or could be real estate and car, whatever that is, for at least 150. The small investor category, rentista, if you have a child here, if you get married. So there are some different residency categories. Okay, Peter said, I've watched so many of your videos and I found them to be so straightforward and practical and enriching. Thank you. You're very welcome. I hope these do help. When I decide to relocate fall of 2024, I will get in touch. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I would love to work with you, of course. I do recommend, a lot of actionable steps do happen 6 months prior to your move. So that is kind of the ideal time frame to be working on it with us. But we do work with people that are 2 years out, a year and a half. My quickest move was, I think someone moved within like 2 weeks of contacting us, but we'll pull it off. Whatever the timeline is, we definitely make it happen for sure. All right. Well, I guess I'll log off here. And so down below in the description, you'll see, some links that I put in down there, for some of our programs, scouting trip, my new do-it-yourself Move to Costa Rica course, again, for more of you do-it-yourselfers who want something really affordable, but still want weekly calls with me and, our assistance and our connections and all the information that's in my brain in a nice organized course. And then people that are in our Relocate Now program get access to all those same things, but obviously a lot more one-on-one assistance from us. Like we do the rental search, we do a lot of those things for people. So yeah, feel free to check those down out below. And I will see you guys. I'm going to try to hop on here at least 2 to 3 times a week. So I'm making an effort. I appreciate you guys joining, and I will see you in the next video.